Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Khairul Azmi bin Omar and my matrix number is 06DKA21F1117. Today I'm going to present about natural disaster, about flood. Okay, what is flood? Flood is one of the natural disaster and most risky. It happens when too much water is collected in any area and it happens because of the heavy rain. To make the explanation of this natural disaster more relevant, I will relate this matter to what is happening in Selangor. We are being hit by floods. Correct. As you can see, at December 18, 2021, torrential rains in Malaysia have caused flooding that has driven more than 11,000 people from their homes, closed dozens of roads and disrupted shipping authorized on Saturday. More than 66,000 personnel from the police, army and fire department have been mobilized nationwide to help rescue people stranded by flooded waters and take them to the shelter. Floods in Malaysia are common during the annual monsoon season between October and March, particularly on the country's eastern coast. But the downpour that started on Friday morning and continued in Saturday hit worse in the western state of Selangor. It is a bit chaotic in Selangor right now, and more than 2,000 people in 7 states were evacuated due to the flash flood, with Klang and Shah Alam being among the worst hit. The flash flood cut off access to road, damaged electricity substations, disrupted water treatment plants, and affected port operation. What is the reason of this flood? As you can see, the main reason why this time flood is worse than before this past year is because the main cause is Malaysia's geographical location. As you can see, the most floods that occur are a natural result of cyclical monsoons during the local tropical wet season that are characterized by heavy and regularly rainfall from roughly October to March. Okay, for the second one, the two rivers join at the same time. At the confluence of the Klang River and the Damansara River, nearly 70% of the flow rate of the Klang River basin mixes, thus resulting in high water levels and floods in the Selangor area. Right. For the next reason is the ditches and rivers are small. The average distribution of a rainfall in a month that fell within 24 hours on December 18 last year resulted in large-scale floods due to the flow of rainwater that could not be channeled properly. For the next reason is the residential areas are in a lowland areas. Floods occur in a low-lying area with a high percentage of impervious surface such as stadiums, parking lots, cement, bitumen, pavements, and buildings, causing runoff to not be able to infiltrate the ground and flow at high speed into the drainage system. Okay, for the last reason is a lodging activity. Increased lodging activities resulted in forest areas losing their ability to absorb the water and rainwater flow into residential areas in the lowland and the occurrence of floods. Okay. What action do we need to do when we are having a flood? For the first step that we need to do is get information about floods through television, internet, radio, or state flood movement both. For the second step is you need to make sure the drains are not clogged in residential areas. For the third tips is put important document in a safe place. For the fourth tips is make sure all the family members understand the implication of flooding. And the fifth tips is to park your vehicle in areas not flooded. For the sixth tips, identify temporary evacuation center. For the seven tips, maintain an adequate supply of food and clean water. And the last tip is ensure an adequate supply of medicine to those with chronic disease. So for the conclusion, flood is a common natural disaster in Malaysia and it happens annually. So floods can lead to consequent disasters such as landslide, and people need to be well prepared to cope with the flood. The government need to raising risk awareness and improving resilience may help in elevating flood loss. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Ahmad Afiq bin Ahmad Nizam and my matrix number is 06DKA21F1094. So today I will explain another natural disaster which is landslide. So what is landslide? Landslide, also known as landslip, are several forms of mass wasting that may include a wide range of ground movements such as rockfalls, deep seat slope failures, mud flows, and debris flows. Landslide occurs in variety of environment characterized by either steep or gentle slope gradients from mountain range to coastal cliff or even underwater, in which case they are called submarine landslide. Gravity is the primary driving force for a landslide to occur, but there are other factors affecting slope stability that produce specific conditions that makes a slope prone to failure. In many cases, the landslide is triggered by a specific event such as heavy rainfall, an earthquake, a slope cut to build a road, and many others. Do human activity cause landslides? Yes. In some cases, human activities can be contributing factors in causing landslides. Many human-caused landslides can be avoided or mitigated. They are commonly a result of building roads and structures without adequate grading of slopes, poorly planned alteration of drainage pattern, and disturbing or landslide. Landslide, one of the most prominent geohazards that accounts for colossal losses every year. The, con- the contributing factors of landslide in Malaysia are reasonably different from rest of the world. According to a study, a most dominant factor that catalyzed the slope failure in many countries of the world geological condition. However, in case of Malaysia, most of landslide occur as a consequence of flawed design, improper construction, and non-maintenance of slopes, which correlates with the human errors. What causes of landslide? First, we have climate. Long-term climatic change can significantly impact soil stability. A general reduction in precipitation leads to lowering of water table and reduction in overall weight of soil mass. Reduced solution of materials and less powerful freeze-thaw activity. A significant upsurge in precipitation precipitation or ground saturation will dramatically increase the level of groundwater. When slope areas are completely saturated with water, landslides can occur. If there is absence of mechanical root support, the soil starts to run off. Second, we have earthquake. Seismic activities have for a long time contributed to landslide across the globe. Any moment tectonic plates move, the soil covering them also move along. When earthquakes strike areas with steep slopes, on numerous occasions the soil slips leading to landslides. In addition, ancient debris flows instigated by earthquakes could also cause mass soil movement. Next, we have weathering. Weathering is the natural procedure of rock deterioration that leads to weak landslide susceptible materials. Weathering is brought about by the chemical action of water, air, plants, and bacteria. When the rocks are weak enough, they slip away, causing landslide. Next is effects of landslide. First, loss of life. From 1993 to 2012. Hey, ini jam lah kau nak chat. First, we have loss of life. From 1993 to 2011, around 28 major landslides were reported in Malaysia, with a total loss of more than 100 lives. Moreover, from 1973 to 2007, the total economic loss due to landslide in Malaysia was estimated about $1 billion. Collapse of the 14-story block A of the Highland Tower in Ulu Klang, Selangor was the most tragic landslide in Malaysia with 48 deaths. Next, effects beauty of landscape. The erosion left behind by landslide leave behind rugged landscape that are unsightly. The pile of soil, rock, and debris downhill can cover land utilized by community for agricultural or social purpose. Next, we have impact river ecosystem. The soil, debris, and rock sliding downhill can find way into river and block their natural flow. Many river habitats like fish can die due to interference of natural flow of water. Communities depending on the river water for household activities and irrigation will suffer flow of water is blocked. So, the conclusion, landslides are a dangerous hazard that can cause serious damage, death, injuries, and affect a variety of resources. By understanding the different types and causes of landslide, it can help us predict future occurrence and reduce the potential effects. Quantification studies have also carried out to examine the characteristic and better understand the fundamental aspect of landslides. Together, prevention and avoidance of development of certain areas can be enforced to minimize possibilities of risk. That's all from me. Thank you.